Hi, Dr. Phil. My name is Charlie, and due to the recent events of the coronavirus, I have had to move back home with my parents, and that has increased my anxiety and depression. The reason I moved back home is because me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, and it's been causing me a lot of angst and anxiety. I don't like living here. It drives me insane. The reason is because my parents are crazy helicopter parents. They look at where I am all the time on their phones and cannot leave me alone. For example, the other day I was at my work. My mom calls me like 15 times, and then she decides to think she should call the state police to go check on me. I'm like, what in the heck? This is crazy.
Now, Charlie's going to join the conversation from his parents' home in Oregon, but in a different part of the house. Now, Charlie, how tough is it to live outside on your own as an adult and then have to move back in with your parents?
It's been very difficult. It's been very confusing, and I wish I could afford to still live on my own, but during these times it's very difficult because of obviously what's going on in the world. And I wish that I could be on my own, but right now I can't afford it and it's too expensive.
Well, this is a situation not of your own making, no question about it. This is a situation where unemployment has hit the highest levels since the Great Depression. Businesses are closing right and left. People that have been otherwise working and making their own way through no fault of their own have just been really shut down. So I understand that there's not a lot you can do about that at this point. But you, in moving home, do you think that you need to make adjustments to be a good house guest, or do you think you ought to just be able to continue to live like you were when you were on your own?
I mean, I feel like I'm working and I feel like I am working. I am working and trying to save some money up during this time. I am working for Instacart
Right.
and I am doing things to better myself and I am sleeping longer than I used to, but right now I feel like I'm trying to better myself during these hard times and it's hard because there isn't a lot we can do.
Yeah. And how many hours a week are you working?
4 hours a day.
Okay. So you may work in half time, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because like I have to do one order and then one order takes about like an hour
Right.
because I
Right.
have to go grocery shopping for them. I don't just go pick up the groceries and then bring them back. I actually have to get the groceries and I have to find where they are in the grocery store.
Yeah, which is not always easy, I understand. But now you say, and I was talking to your mother about this earlier, and she confesses to some of it and not some of it, but she says, you say that she's overprotective, helicopter, actually put a location tracker on your phone, and actually has sent the police to your job when you didn't show up on time?
Yeah, so the other day I was working and I told my mom I closed at 8 o'clock and I normally do close at 8 o'clock, but if we're busy, we're allowed to stay open. And I work at a bar and my owner wants me to stay open if we're late or if we're busy. So I decided to stay open. We had like 10 customers in there. And so I was like, well, might as well stay open. And so I stayed open and she tried calling me, but I was charging my phone in the back room and I wasn't on my phone while I was working. And she was like, I'm going to get a hold of the state police. But then she's like, oh, wait, one of my best friends,
Charlie's best friends.
one of my best friends works for a police that's right next to the bar that I work at. And she had him go check on me to make sure that I was okay.
Okay, now the week before Chuck and I were in the bar and it's way out in the middle of nowhere. And he said, I gotta close, you guys. You guys gotta get out of here. So I knew it closed at 8 o'clock. I was just calling to see if he was going to come home that night.
There was only two of you.
And then I knew that you weren't there cleaning for like 2.5 hours late and you weren't answering. And I called the bar. So then I was positive that somebody had come in and murdered you and robbed the place. And
Oh my
so
gosh,
it worked
Mom.
out perfectly that I texted your friend and he said, oh, let's go check. It was no big deal.